What's going on, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Thy Neighbor's Battles, where where our guests share their strength and their struggles, and then the strength it took to get through those struggles, so that you may realize that you are not alone. Because your voice matters, and we're here to share your story, and your story matters. Today, I'm here with Jason, good friend of mine.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for asking me to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So you obviously you may know him from J Black Out and About, very popular.
That wanted ad in the post office?
Yeah, that too.
Shh, don't tell nobody.
Yeah. You recently started doing wedding content?
Wedding content, yeah.
Okay.
People might know me too from the boathouse.
Absolutely. That's the biggest
I
one.
would imagine that would probably be,
That's where I know you from, so I was getting there. Saving the best for last. No, you're good.
My bad.
No. So besides those things, tell us a little bit about who you are today. Who's the Jason today?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't want to know that, guys. That's such a multifaceted question, and I don't really know how to answer it. I know you just mentioned a couple things about my background with the boathouse and what I'm doing now and doing short form video content, whatnot. I consider myself now to be a small business and community advocate, a voice of the people. And I like any community, whether it's here, Chicago, wherever.
Yeah.
Any community is built on the local population, obviously, and local businesses. And I think that's super important to get the messaging out for small businesses, because they are the backbone of the community.
Absolutely.
And that's why I chose to do short form content for restaurants and things of that nature, small businesses, because small businesses a lot of them don't have a big budget. A lot of them don't have any budget.
100%. Yeah.
Well, and the good thing is, I got to pay my mortgage, but I don't have to pay it all on one person.
Right.
And I do a lot of work pro bono.
Yeah.
Because I just told Ricky Lane last night, Gringo Ninja, what you pour into the community, the community pours back into you.
Absolutely, 100%. If you give stuff away, which is funny, I'm a believer in, if you give value away, you get value back.
100%.
And so, next question, if you're good, is the person today different from the person you were before struggles? If yes, how so?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So I have to preface that by, I feel like the audience needs to know, whoever's watching, because who knows?
Let's. I'll flip to the next question.
Okay.
So we kind of start.
Okay.
What was your toughest fault battle? So
5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, I was going to work on a Monday morning. It's the day after the Super Bowl. Some of that know it's Monday morning. And I was in Home Depot putting chapstick on my lips, and realized I can't feel my bottom lip.
yeah.
I didn't think anything of it. It was not alarming.
Yeah.
Well, it was alarming, but I didn't know that. Anyway, long story short,
We got plenty of time. Don't feel rushed. You're not by yourself, my friend.
Anyway, I was actually having an active stroke. I didn't realize it. I went to work, and Trip and Sean were the only two people there. Trip knew something was up. He didn't know exactly. He did a couple things, had me pull myself to him, push myself away. And he said, "Look, man, I don't tell you what to do." He said, "You need to take your ass to the hospital right now."
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Here I am.
Trip will tell you what you
Oh, yeah,
think.
he'll tell you what you need. He'll tell you what you need to hear. It might not be what you want to hear. So here I am thinking, okay, I don't have insurance. I had a horrible experience with Grand Strand Hospital in 2015. A boat blew up underneath me. Lived through that. Long story short, I would go out to the truck. I'm sitting in the truck and I'm backing up. And I'm like, I'm not going to Grand Strand. I don't want to go to urgent care because you'll sit there and die before they see you.
Yeah.
So where do I need to go? I know where I need to go. I'll go to my sister-in-law's house because she's got a good awareness of the medical, all that stuff.
World.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
So anyway, I go to her house. She drives me to South Strand. I never made the connection that South Strand and Grand Strand are the same hospital, same HCA. It didn't. It's
Never
so
clicked.
looking back at that, someone right then, I didn't know it. Everybody else saw it. Anyway, I walked in the hospital and we walked in the hospital and there's a display there, like an iPad, I'll call it, whatever, electronic check-in device. I remember walking up. They just lost. So Robin said, we don't have time for this. He's having an active stroke right now. Excuse me? They immediately took me back to a triage room. Either I or somebody took my ring and these two bracelets off. The last thing I remember is they threw a blood pressure cuff on my arm, and that's the last thing I remember. I woke up in Grand Strand either later that night or next morning. I don't know. So anyway, to answer the question, just about 5 years ago, it's been February 7th of 2021, I had 12 strokes. And
There's people that don't survive one stroke.
I guess I'm an overachiever. I don't know.
I don't mean that in a bad way. But
Right.
That's just
So the good thing about it is when I finally came to at Grand Strand in ICU, Robin was right there, and she told me, I think it was medical staff or whatever, but she told me what happened, and I heard her. It didn't register.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the toughest thing. That was the toughest thing I've ever had to endure, and it took 6 months for Robin to tell me. And thank God she waited for 6 months. But it took her 6 months to tell me.
Are you trying to strike me, or are you trying to hit me something I can hit?
That the admitting doctor told her she might want to notify my next of kin because they didn't expect to stabilize me. Well, they were able to get me stabilized, and from that point, they told her that if they were able to stabilize me, they didn't know if I would live through the night.
Good.
Here I am.
It's a miracle, man.
And as you can hear my voice cracking,
Balls are generally bad. But sometimes you want to throw something the hitter can't hit.
it brings up bad memories, but looking back at it, it helped forge me into the person I am now. And I think you asked the person I am today versus the person I was
before that. Yeah.
Now, the person I was would have had Crown Royal, probably Crown Apple, or Crown Peach and Sweet Tea in this cup.
Yeah.
This is just flavored water. So, having said that, I'm the same person, but I'm a better version of the person I used to be.
Absolutely.
And I think I think that's what adversity does to people. Tough times make tougher people.
100%.
And coming back from a point at 49 years old, running one of the most successful entertainment venues in town, to having to learn how to walk again. That's humbling as shit, man.
Yeah, 100%. Like you,
learning how to brush your teeth again, learning how to wipe your ass again.
Yeah.
Simple things that everybody takes for granted. But I did it.
Yeah.
And here I am now, today. And I've got issues now that if you didn't know me and I didn't bring it up, you'd probably never notice. I do.
Yeah. We're our own worst critic. Yeah. So every little thing I do, I've apologized for stuff before that people didn't even notice. I did. I was like, sorry. Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like you said, we are our own worst critics, and I've always been that way, and I'm still that way today. But I think with us being our own worst critics, it also helps strengthen who we are. It helps us improve. It helps us notice things that other people don't notice, and things that we can tweak or improve on, whether we need to improve on them or not.
Right.
That's just like going back to wedding content creation or not. Dude, I'm gonna tell you now. And brides, if any brides are watching this, I'm sorry, but I've got to say it. The only thing I know about weddings is I did it once, I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
There's something about either the marriage certificate or the wedding cake, or when you say I do, something changes. I don't know what it is. It's like, anyway. I love what I do. I love creating content. No matter what, for a baseball team, whatever. Yeah. So. Real quick, and I highlighted this before we started. Marty Kennedy reached out to me some time ago and said, "I got an idea you need to look into because it's right up your alley." I'm like, "What's that?" She said, "Wedding content creation." What is that, Marty?
Yeah.
So I had to do a little research, and instead of using Google like everybody else does, I used next best thing, TikTok.
Yeah.
Or YouTube.
Yeah.
TikTok was better.
Yeah, it usually is.
And I found quickly that, this is exactly what I do already.
Yeah.
It's in an environment that I'm not familiar with. So Marnie had a bride. It was an upcoming wedding, and she reached out to the bride and said, "I've got somebody that is willing to do some content creation for you, for highlight reels, whatever, if you're interested in it. He'll do it for you, no charge." So she agreed. Thanks, Savannah. And I'm super proud of what I was able to do, but it goes back to challenging ourselves. Even though I don't like weddings per se, I like once I'm through the lens, I'm okay, because then I'm in my own world.
Right.
And then you have to go back through and edit it down and scale it down. I made a 2-minute highlight reel for them. Which was super cool. I did another wedding 2 weeks ago, or a reception. Sorry, the wedding was in Vegas. So
right.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, 100%. Never been, but I want to go.
Oh, dude, it's something good.
That's what I hear.
So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
Oh, you're good.
I'll give this back to you and let you do what you do.
I have no idea what I'm doing, so
that makes two of us. Yeah. So no, in my opinion, I mean, what I'm sensing is this is real talk by real people, and real talk sometimes difficult, and people don't like to acknowledge weakness, especially men.
100%.
But I think that we need to acknowledge weakness sometimes, because that makes us stronger people as individuals. Like I had a buddy of mine last night that I was telling you about, made a public rant, as he calls it. Well, what he doesn't realize is by him opening up, because here I am thinking this guy's got no issues, no faults, no troubles, no worries.
It's what you see on social media, man. Everybody's got the perfect life.
It's all perception, and perception lies.
Oh yeah.
So to hear him open up and acknowledge what was going on in his life at that moment really opened my eyes once again to the idea that what you see is not always what you get. Me, on the other hand, for the most part, I try to live pre-stroke. Jason didn't give a damn. He did what he wanted to do, said what he wanted to say, didn't matter. Post-stroke Jason thinks about what he's doing and thinks about what's going on. He's more aware of others around him. He's more in tune with himself. And I have tried to live my life since February the 8th, 2021, in almost total transparency.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say, why do you put that on social media? My goal, when I knew that I was going to be okay, and when I say I knew I was going to be okay, I knew that I could operate my phone.
Right.
That told me my brain was working enough to my thumbs to be able to type.
Right.
And text. Even though I couldn't spell for shit, by the way. But so I knew that at that moment that I just wanted to be able to tell my story to help one person.
Right.
And I still say that today. I just want to help one person.
That's with you may know my part of my story. You don't know, because I mean, if you follow my personal page, you kind of know that was the biggest tool they talked to me is your story. You don't know whose life you're going to change. One story can change somebody's life, and hopefully, you sharing your story, if it helps one person, that's great. But hopefully, it'll help hundreds of people.
Absolutely.
And that to me is what it's all about. That's why it took me a long time to realize that may be why we're given the struggles we get. But once you realize that, you're like, okay. I heard somebody say one time, your battle is a gift. What are you doing with the gift? And it's hard to look at it that way. It's like all the shitty stuff that happened to me in my life. It's like, that's not a gift, but it actually is. You get to talk about perspective. You got to flip that perspective and go, I'm given this for a reason. What am I going to do with it? And that's what this show's about. And hopefully it takes off and we're able to help people.
Well, in my opinion, just as I'm going to refer back to something I said earlier, as men, it's taboo to talk about issues. Well, it's not. And
talk about your feelings.
And why? That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because if I honest to God believe, and I've had people come back to me and say, thank you for doing whatever it was that I did.
At the time. Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but so to reiterate what you just said, I know that by telling my story, by telling your story, you help that one person. It just manifests itself.
Yeah.
And that's like you put into the world what you want out of the world.
Absolutely.
And am I a beaming spotlight of sunshine and happiness,
rainbows and unicorns?
Nope, absolutely not. I have good days, I have bad days. We all do. And that's what people need to realize. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to celebrate a win. It's okay to be happy about the good things you're doing. It's okay. It's okay to talk about shit that you're not comfortable talking about. It's okay. 5 years ago, ain't no way I'd sit here and have this conversation. I'd be like, dude, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, absolutely, dude. Yeah. Because if one person can hear what you're saying and help themselves by just listening and seeing, hey man, we're real people.
Yeah. I'm nobody special. We're an everyday person.
And and that's what I have said.
We're not celebrities. We're your average Joes.
I'm just a dude who lives in Sox team.
Yeah.
I'm a dude who knows how to use a camera.
Yeah.
But I struggle every day. I sent a text to a friend of mine actually today. Angela Freeman, if you're watching, it's you I'm talking about. 2 years ago, I'll refer back to what I just said about good days and bad days. This time in 2021, December 2021 was probably the lowest point I've ever had in my life. 2023, because I was out of work for a year, learning how to walk, doing all the things again, and I went back to work a year later. And I don't know, I mean, I know that you know, but your viewers might not know about the boathouse and how chaotic it is. It's organized chaos, but it's fucking chaos. So it's 100 miles a minute.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't miss a beat. And if you got to think quick on your feet, well, I just can't. I can't do it. Physically, I can move around. That's not an issue, but it's the processing that I have issues with. And I'll acknowledge it, you know, and I know I do. I own it. I think I own it relatively well. But I went back to work. I thought I was ready to go back to work until the first Friday night, which was 4 days. I went back to work on a Monday, Friday night, so 5 days, whatever. I remember standing in the middle of the dining room on a Friday night for Free Show Friday. The band was playing. Place is packed.
Loud as hell.
That too.
Yeah.
And that plays into it, because I didn't realize that I have some minor sensory issues that I never had before. That bill was loud as shit now.
Yeah.
So I stood in the middle of the dining room looking around, thinking, what am I doing? Literally, what am I doing? And reality really sank in. I don't know that I can do this anymore. But I did. I stuck it out for just over a year and a half until I finally threw in a towel. I didn't want to work Sundays anymore, because Sundays at the boathouse have been and always will be, hopefully for a while, just a madhouse. And so I didn't want to work Sundays, but unfortunately that didn't play into the cards. I fought through it, made the best of it, you know, and for something that I knew like the back of my hand, there was not a question I couldn't answer. There wasn't a situation I didn't know how to address like that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same. It just wasn't. So I just lost track. The struggles.
Yeah.
I went back to work, realized I couldn't do it, and I quit. I told Trip, I just can't do this anymore, because I felt like I was letting the business down, and for whatever reason, I felt like I was letting him down. I really didn't know him shit.
Yeah.
I felt like I owed the customer base that had been at the boathouse for years.
Yeah.
All my friends, I felt like I owed them something. I didn't know them shit either. I owed something to myself.
Right.
And I finally took charge of my own life and took a step back and said, I can't do this anymore. I admitted defeat. And it wasn't defeat. It was actually a growth process.
Right.
And stepping away from the boathouse, as hard as it was, allowed me to do the things I do now, to be involved in the community, to go and support other businesses, to shout out other businesses, and just do all the things. Maybe I could have done that while I was still at the boathouse.
Yeah.
I didn't see it that way. But anyhow, going back to where I was started, December of 2023 was probably the lowest point in my life. And I walked... It was just a very low point. And I sent a text message. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine and explained to her what was going on. She was in a bad spot in her life, and we kind of worked through that spot together,
right.
Which is weird. Again, it just goes to show when you're struggling, when you're have something that's bothering you, weighing you down, talk about it.
Yeah.
Little did I know she was in the same place.
Yeah.
We talked to it together, and I walked by my dining room table today, or excuse me, my living room, the coffee table.
Yeah.
This picture will make sense.
Yeah.
I walk by that every single day.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see it, but
In 2023, every day I walk by it because I don't leave my house.
Mm.
Is today gonna be the day?
Yep. I've been there. Yep.
I have admitted that to two people, and all y'all.
Yeah.
You're one, Angela's the other. But I did, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah. I want to stop and take time out and say thank you for sharing that, because that's a huge thing, and I've done it. It's not easy to talk about, and I applaud your strength for coming, especially in a situation like this. We hadn't talked in a while, and but man, I really appreciate that. Thank you. That takes some serious strength. I've been there. I've purposely tried to overdose before, and I just didn't see a way out. And for some reason, whatever it was, it didn't work.
First of all, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's not easy to talk about.
And that's okay.
One of the things that we're going back to the old me, new me.
Yeah.
Old me could have talked to you anytime, any place about anything. Didn't matter what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I might not know a damn thing about it, but I could at least I could have a conversation about it.
Right.
Had an emotional wall that was like a titanium plate.
Mm.
I lost that when I stroked out, and I hate it. But it also shows, like I feel like I should be able to have this conversation with full confidence, and I am confident, but I feel like I should be able to have this conversation and not worry about the tears, the raw emotion. And that's what it is. But in a sense, I also look at it that is a blessing, because it shows that I'm a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Real people have fucking feelings.
Yeah. 100%.
Real people.
Everybody tries to hide their feelings, man. It's like we all got them. What are you trying to hide them for?
Real people experience joy. Real people experience pain. Real people experience sorrow. Real people experience heartbreak. Real people experience frustration. All the good things, all the bad things. It's every day.
Yeah.
I'm no different. I go through the same emotions. I guarantee you that you do too. Like I know it.
Yeah.
We just don't. We're told, son, you can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's not here to tell me, son, you can't talk about that anymore. God rest his soul. My grandfather too. They gave me they instilled a lot of value and ethics into who I am today.
Right.
So I don't make light of that, but it's something that as young boys growing up, we're just tough it out. You're okay. No, man, I'm not okay. This shit hurts.
Yeah.
Whether physically or mentally.
Yeah.
Emotionally. Shit hurts.
Yeah.
And it's okay to talk about it.
Absolutely. So, I think you may have already touched on this. What was a turning point, or was there a turning point in your struggle?
I think I've highlighted.
Yeah.
I think I've highlighted the majority of that already,
Okay.
inadvertently.
Yeah. What was there somebody or something that helped you through that struggle, like in particular, whether it be a certain? I know you said your sister. It was your sister.
Yeah, sister-in-law.
So
I'm fortunate that I have a huge network of, I'm going to say, acquaintances, primarily through the boathouse. I have a large network of friends. I've got a really close, tight-knit group of very good friends. And thank God they were there when I needed it, whether it be for a doctor's appointment in Charleston or whatever it might be. More importantly, it was the moral support behind me. Dude, you're doing so good, you know, this, that, and the other one. It might look like on the outside, but tell you now,
inside,
this old brain was struggling, and it still struggles today. You know, I used to be real quick. I mentioned this to you before we started. I used to be real quick with my words. I didn't get tangled on words unless I was drunk, which you know. Now, almost 5 years later, I still struggle with that, and it's okay. It's okay that I struggle because it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, people have their own struggles, no matter how big or small. Just acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge what you consider a weakness and use that weakness to be a strength. Believe in yourself. Dude. If I could believe in myself, the way others, the way my sister-in-law, I say sister-in-law, she's my sister,
right?
Robin, she is my sister-in-law. She's just like a sister. The way that Sherry Young believes in me, the way Marnie believes in me, and there's plenty of people. If we saw in ourselves what other people saw in us, we'd be better off. And it's hard to do that.
Yeah, it is.
That's human nature.
It is. Like going back to we're our own worst critic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm always in my head. Like it's yesterday. I had a bad day, and I almost texted you. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like I'm gonna give up on it. Like it's stupid. Yeah, and that's what my head was telling me. But I've had enough of that to realize, like, no, it's just a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm really super glad I didn't, because I'm enjoying this. You know, not
right.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I get what you're saying.
The healing that's coming from this is tremendous, and I really hope it helps somebody out there. Which I'm almost 100% it will.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I guarantee you, there's somebody that. And this is the beauty behind doing this, and it's not an anonymity because
here we are.
But that person watching may never say a word, and you may never know that you helped somebody. But just rest assured that this helps somebody.
100%, and that's what I want to carry to this. And I thank you so much, man. This is awesome. You were actually the first person I contacted to try and do this interview.
I feel honored, and I think I told you that. I feel honored to know that.
You did.
I mean,
you did text me. And you're you know, you always say just take the first step. That was something I read yesterday. I think when we were texting about meeting today, I read that yesterday. I was like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a goal or an idea that I want to help people. I've been through it. I want to bring people in that have been through it, that are okay to share their story to help other people, and that's as far as I got. It's like, and so we're here taking the first step.
That's right. That's why I start saying it all starts with one step.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly believe that applies to anything in life.
100%.
You have to take that. You have to have the confidence in yourself and the belief that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out for the best. But you have to take that first step.
You got to move.
You know.
Yeah, you got to move. I used to say, even if you're crawling, you're moving forward.
Absolutely.
So, what advice would you give to somebody that's going through the same thing or a similar situation? You kind of touched on it and said you knew somebody that I believe that was going through a similar situation.
Don't be afraid to reach out to somebody, whether it's dialing 211 on your phone. Maybe there's 211 and I think 811 is a thing to do.
Yeah.
211. Don't dial 811.
Yeah.
But it's okay to reach out to somebody.
Maybe do dial 811. They might listen. Who knows?
Yeah, they might.
If they listen, that's all that matters.
Absolutely. But don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to open up. It might be perceived as weakness, but it's actually strength.
I'm a full believer in one of the strongest things you can ever do is say, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Whether it be something you can't lift. You know, you lift something up and you're gonna get hurt. You go, hey man, I need a hand. But especially with emotional stuff, like man, I'm just not doing right. I need help with something.
Yeah.
And having those people that will listen is crucial.
100%.
So one more question that I'm gonna end every episode on. What do you want to be remembered for?
Being a good person.
That's all we ask for. That's it. Simple.
Just be a good person.
Well, I can assure you, you're achieving that right now. So I know you. I've known you for a while. Worked with you at the boathouse, and almost chaotic some days, and you were always a good person to me. Always had a smile on your face. Never seen you mad. Like you said, we're human. It happens, but you've always been a good person to me. So at least I will remember you that way.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you being here, man. I hope this is something that we can grow together. And I hope you guys out there watch it and
Share it.
Yeah, share it.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Let's break the silence of going through stuff and it not being okay to talk about feelings or our struggles and stuff like that. That's what this is all about, because your story matters. And what's hard to somebody else may not be hard to you, but everybody has their own struggles, and everybody you walk by is fighting some kind of battle that you know nothing about. So let's try to be kind to each other, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Jason, I appreciate it, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.